there comes Ann.
Nope. I think they think we're leaving.
No, they know the speech is coming. I told them.
Speech. Everyone knows.
I think you guys are watching. All right. I never thought I would be standing here under these circumstances saying goodbye to you all. Right now I'm positioned to spend my next 2 years in paradise studying one of the top 10 public universities in the country, UC San Diego, living on one of the most coveted coastlines on the planet, La Jolla Beach, California. It's right around the corner and it still doesn't feel real. I don't even know how to make sense of it yet. But what I do know a little something about is paradise, and I want to talk to you all about a different one right now. It's story time. All right, 11 years ago, I left Corona. I took off with Adam Alexis and Sean Lewis to one of the gems of the tri-state region, Bullhead City, Arizona. Now, Bullhead City has a certain magical quality of making one quite thirsty. So we spent the majority of a 6-month stretch spending 90% of every minimum wage check we earned on Milwaukee's best 30-pack. We got sloshed. It was crazy. And it ended up leaving me in a really dark place. I got really depressed. I knew I didn't belong there. I knew I had to get out. But I couldn't come back here. I couldn't tuck tail and run back to Corona, no. So I jumped at the first opportunity I had to move to Phoenix, where my mom put me up in a room until I got my own place. Now, Phoenix, for those of you who have never been, is something of a gem itself. A gem with similar magical properties. And by some cosmic stroke of luck, I wound up working for a beer delivery company where I purchased the finest dented cans of Miller and Coors for the low price of $6 a case. I had a stack this high in my apartment. I got sloshed for 2 more years. And without even realizing it, I ended up in another dark, lonely place. Because apart from my brother and sister, the only real friends I had out there were Mr. Miller and Mr. Coors. I really had to get out of there too. And this is when I made what I consider to be the luckiest, dumbass decision of my life. I was out here on vacation. It was Cinco de Mayo of 2007. We were at Event Sports Bar and Grill in Riverside, where I attempted a handspring off of a curb and busted my ass. Snapped my fibula right in half. But I probably impressed ladies at the bar that night. Probably not. What happened was, I couldn't deliver beer anymore. So I had no other choice but to come back to Corona and mooch off of my dad. And I remember talking to a friend right before I came. And I remember saying, the thing that scares me the most is that I don't really talk to any of my old friends anymore. I can't just jump back into the group and start hanging out. I don't really know anybody anymore. I don't know what I'm gonna do. She said, don't worry, everything's gonna be all right. You'll figure it out. And you know what? Within 24 hours of being back here, some of you guys started treating me as if I never left. And that warmed my heart like you wouldn't believe. It pulled me right out of that dark place I spent for 3 years, and for the first time in a long time, I was happy. I will never forget that, because it taught me that the realest paradise, the best paradise, is not at some fancy, prestigious university. It's not on some coveted California coastline. It's not a place with a specific geographical location at all. It's a place special to the individual. It's a place where loneliness doesn't exist because someone is always around. It's a place where the magnitude of a request is irrelevant because the answer is always yes. It's a place where the hardest hardships are no burden at all because they're shared by many shoulders. It's a place where smiles are fostered constantly by the funniest joke and the ugliest fist fight the same. It's a paradise called home. For me, no matter where I end up on this planet in this crazy life, my home and my heart will always be here in the vicinity of you all, my truest, dearest family and friends. I love you guys. Thank you.